A human delivery worker walks into a silent alien palace at night to deliver a wedding order. He plans to leave quickly, until he meets a tall, pale alien woman with glowing red eyes who whispers, "You entered my halls, human. Now you must dance with me, or you may never leave." The palace doors lock behind him. His device loses all signal. The woman steps closer. Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Evan Hale only wanted to finish his last delivery of the night. He was tired, hungry, and dreaming of going home. The order was simple. Deliver rare human roses to the Valeth Palace for tomorrow's royal wedding. Drop the flowers at the hall, get the signature and leave. That was the plan. But nothing ever goes according to plan on planet Naratha. The palace was huge and cold, built from dark stone that looked older than history itself. Its towers touched the night sky like claws. The moonlight did not even reach the windows. Evan stepped up the marble stairs, carrying the flower crate in both hands. His breath made small clouds in the freezing air. He pressed the bell. No answer. He tried knocking. Still nothing. "Hello," he called. His voice echoed through the halls. The heavy door slowly opened by itself. A chill crawled down his spine. He told himself it was just old alien tech. Automatic sensors. Nothing creepy. He stepped inside. The entrance hall was so silent that even his footsteps sounded too loud. Strange silver markings covered the walls, symbols that twisted like snakes. There were no guards, no servants, no wedding staff. Not even a single sound. "This place is giving horror vibes," Evan muttered. He checked his comm device. No signal. The palace walls were too thick. He walked deeper inside, following the delivery map glowing on his small screen. The hallway was long, lit by dim blue crystals. The shadows moved with every step he took. When he finally reached the large celebration hall, he found it empty. Completely empty. Only candles flickered on the long tables. The smell of cold air made the hair on his neck rise. He set the crate down and exhaled. "All right. Time to get out of here." He turned around and froze. The main doors were slowly closing. Evan sprinted toward them, but the doors shut with a heavy boom right before he reached them. He grabbed the handles and pulled. They did not move. "Seriously?" he said, pulling harder. "Come on." Then he heard it. A step. Low. Echoing from deeper inside the hall. "Hello," he said again. His voice trembled. The footsteps got closer. Evan stepped back, his heart pounding. From the far side of the room, someone stepped into the candlelight. It was a woman. Tall, elegant, and terrifying in a beautiful way. Her skin was pale blue, smooth like carved stone. Her hair was long and silver, falling around her shoulders like moonlight. And her eyes glowed red. Not bright. Just enough to make her look alive in a way nothing else was. She wore a long dark gown with thin silver lines that shimmered like the symbols on the walls. She moved like she was floating rather than walking. Effortless. Quiet. When she spoke, her voice was soft and cold at the same time. A human, at this hour. Evan swallowed hard. Hi. I'm just a delivery guy. Flowers for tomorrow's wedding." The woman's gaze drifted to the crate, then back to him. She stepped closer. Not too close, but close enough that he felt a cold breeze around her. "These flowers," she said. "They are for my sister's ceremony." "Oh, good," he said, trying to smile. "So, if you could unlock the door, I'll get out of your way." She did not move. Instead, she studied him like he was something unusual, or something fragile. "Your heart is beating fast," she whispered. Evan's eyes widened. "Yeah, well, this palace isn't exactly warm and friendly." "It is not meant to be," she said. "Only the brave enter. Or the foolish." She circled him slowly, her red eyes never leaving him. Evan stood still, too scared to move. "What's your name, human?" she asked. "Evan," he said quietly. "Evan Hale." "I am Lady Saraxa Valeth," she said, her voice like cold wind through crystal. Daughter of the Nightborn. Nightborn. He knew that term. Everyone did. The Valeth clan were famous across the galaxy. Vampire-like aliens with ancient powers, sharp instincts, and dangerous beauty. Evan suddenly wished he had taken a different job. Saraxa stepped closer. So close he could feel the coldness of her skin without even touching her. You should not be here, she said softly. I tried to leave, he replied nervously, but the door decided otherwise. Her lips curved into a faint smile. My palace does not let people go so easily. He blinked. Wait, what? Just then, gentle music began to play. Evan looked around, confused. There were no speakers, no musicians. The sound was just there, floating in the air. Saraxa lifted a hand. You entered my halls, she said. Now you must dance with me. Evan laughed awkwardly. No. I don't dance. But she was suddenly in front of him, holding his hand. Her cold fingers were like ice. He tried to pull back, but her grip was soft yet impossibly strong. One dance, human, she whispered. Only one. Then you may go. He didn't believe that for a second. But he had no choice. She began to move, guiding him easily. Her steps were smooth and slow, like she had danced for centuries. Evan stumbled at first, but her hands kept him steady. As they moved, he felt weaker, not physically, but like her presence was pulling something from him, draining his confidence, his fear, his will. Her face came close, her eyes glowing brighter. Humans have warm blood, she whispered near his ear. Evan's heart almost stopped. I wonder, she said, her fangs showing just slightly, how it tastes. He tried to pull away, but she tightened her hold. Her eyes flickered with hunger. For a moment, he thought she was going to bite him. Then suddenly she let go and stepped back. Her face showed conflict, emotion. Go, she said sharply. Leave before I lose control. She waved her hand at the door, trying to open it with ancient symbols. But before she could finish, red lights lit up across the hall. A deep alarm echoed through the palace. Saraxa's eyes went wide. No. What does that mean? Evan asked. They have sensed you, she whispered. My clan. They smell human blood. Shadows moved in the distant halls. Footsteps echoed. Many footsteps. Saraxa grabbed Evan's wrist, her grip cold but urgent. Come with me, she said. Now. She pulled him toward a hidden door behind the wall. Evan didn't even have time to think. He followed her down a dark stone staircase as the sounds behind them grew louder. Stay close, human, she said, her voice sharp with fear. Evan swallowed hard. I'm not going anywhere. Saraxa looked at him with those glowing red eyes and whispered. Stay very close, if you want to live. The hidden door slammed shut behind them. The hidden passage was narrow and dark, the stone walls wet with condensation. Evan's heart pounded so hard he thought Saraxa could hear it from behind him. He tried not to look back at the main hall, where the red lights still flickered, and where shadows of the vampire clan guards moved like hunters closing in. Saraxa moved ahead with unnatural grace, her long silver hair flowing behind her like a living ribbon. Evan struggled to keep up. Every few steps, he felt her icy hand brush against his back to steady him. You're faster than you look, he said breathlessly. Her voice was calm but tense. I must be. If they catch you, you will not survive. Evan swallowed. I thought humans weren't on the menu here. Her red eyes flickered. Humans are rare, delicious, but you are different, brave and curious. That makes you even more dangerous for me. Evan shivered. I'm just a delivery guy. You're not just anything, she said sharply. Especially not tonight. They turned a corner, and Evan nearly stumbled into a small chamber. Strange red crystals protruded from the walls, glowing faintly. The air here was thick, almost magnetic. His stomach churned. What is this place? He whispered. Old magic, Saraxa said. These crystals detect blood. Any human blood that passes through the palace triggers an alarm. That's why the clan sensed you. Evan's eyes widened. Oh, I'm dinner if they find me. Her hand brushed his arm. It was cold but gentle. Not if I protect you. For a moment, he saw something in her eyes he did not expect: fear. Not of him but of losing control. She struggled visibly to hold herself back. You smell different, she murmured. Your scent, it calms me. I don't want to harm you. Evan could hardly breathe. He had heard stories about the Nightborn, but he had never expected one to admit something like that. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the tunnel. Evan froze. Syraxa's hand tightened on his arm. They are close, she whispered. 3 guards. Nightborn warriors. And they are not kind. Before he could ask what to do, shadows appeared at the far end of the tunnel. The 3 vampires stepped forward. Pale skin, long claws, red eyes gleaming like deadly jewels. They circled Evan, sniffing the air. You are hiding a human, sister, one hissed. Do you dare disobey the clan? Syraxa stepped in front of Evan. Her posture was rigid, commanding. Back off, she said. Her voice was calm but deadly. The guards hissed. You are weak, Syraxa. Let him die. In a blink she moved. Faster than Evan could see. She struck with the precision of centuries of practice. Hands moved like dancers, swift and graceful, avoiding their attacks, countering with blows that left her enemies staggering. Evan watched, heart racing, terrified and amazed. She was terrifying and beautiful all at once. Every movement was perfect. Every strike calculated. After a tense fight, the guards lay unconscious. But Syraxa stumbled slightly. Blood from a scratch ran down her arm. Her hunger flared like fire. Evan noticed her lips part, fangs gleaming faintly. Stay back, she said, her voice low and almost desperate. If I touch you now, I cannot promise I will stop myself. Evan stepped closer. Then I'll stay close. I trust you. Her red eyes softened. You trust me. After all this, he nodded. I don't have much choice. They continued through the tunnels, slower this time. Evan supported her when she faltered. She leaned on him slightly, her cold body sending shivers down his spine, but it was strangely comforting. After some distance, they reached a large chamber. It was circular, with murals of ancient battles covering the walls. A single large crystal hung in the center, glowing softly. Syraxa sank to the floor, exhausted. You could have left me back there, she said softly. But you didn't. Most humans would have run. Evan shook his head. I'm not most humans. She looked at him for a long time. You're different. Brave, curious, and foolish. Evan smiled nervously. I guess I get that a lot. Before he could say more, the faint sound of armored boots echoed in the tunnel again. Tensed. The wedding tomorrow, she said, is a trap. My sister is being forced to marry a rival clan leader. If they find you now, it will bring war to our palace. You can't be seen. Evan gulped. Then we hide. Syraxa's eyes flickered. More than hide. We survive. Together. To keep them hidden, she did something unexpected. She pressed close to him, wrapping her arms lightly around him. Pretend we are bonded, she whispered. They will not question us if we seem intimate. Evan's face burned. Bonded. Like lovers. Yes, she said, her red eyes serious. If they think you are mine, they will hesitate. He swallowed but nodded. Okay, let's try. Moments later, 2 more guards appeared at the chamber's entrance. They froze at the sight of Syraxa holding a human. Blood bonded, one whispered. Leave them alone. The guards backed off and disappeared. Evan exhaled. That actually worked. Syraxa smiled faintly, her sharp fangs showing in the dim light. Humans. Sometimes clever in ways they do not know. Finally, they reached the palace's outer walls. The main doors were visible in the distance. But another threat appeared, the rival clan leader himself. His eyes locked onto Evan immediately. "Fresh human blood," he said, voice cold and dangerous. "Rare. You will belong to us." Evan felt panic rising. But Saraxa stepped in front of him, her body glowing faintly in the moonlight. "You will not touch him," she said. The leader advanced, claws out. Saraxa moved to strike, but she was weakened from the earlier fight. Evan saw the fear in her eyes. Without thinking, he grabbed a ceremonial spear from the ground. He had never fought before, but his instincts took over. He lunged at the leader, striking him across the chest. The alien froze, shocked at a human standing against him. Saraxa's eyes widened. "You fought back." "I'm not prey," Evan said, voice firm. "Humans can fight too." The rival leader snarled and vanished into the shadows, leaving a stunned Saraxa behind. Evan helped her to a safer area outside the palace. Dawn was breaking, painting the sky in pale gold and pink. Saraxa weakened in the sunlight, her skin shimmering faintly. He held her carefully, shielding her with the flower crate. She looked up at him, tired but smiling. "Human, you risked your life for me." Evan shrugged, grinning. "Well, you forced me to dance first. That makes us partners, right?" For the first time she laughed, a soft musical sound, still showing her fangs but in a warm way. "This is not the end," she whispered. "My world will come for you, and I will be the one standing between you and every danger." Evan nodded. "Then I guess I better be ready. Humans don't give up so easily." Saraxa's red eyes softened as she leaned closer. "No, humans are stronger than we ever imagined." The sun rose fully over Narotha, but neither of them moved. They had survived the night. They had survived each other. And for Evan, the adventure had just begun.